Hello, Joe. How are we? It's just me this week. Um, just the chief on his lonesome. Um, we had two people pull out of the podcast this week. Um, they were like, "I can't do your podcast. It's detrimental to my career. I'll never get, I'll never get on TV." And I said, "You cowards, you cowards, go back, crawl back into your mother's wombs. That's where you belong." No, 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 they didn't. They just something came up and they couldn't do it anymore. Or maybe they are worried about uh, being associated with the podcast. But sure, look, that's swings and roundabouts. But I've got a few little stories to tell you. Sorry, there's no video this week. Have uh, I have leprosy. No, I don't. Um, yeah, there's just no video this week, and I apologize. But I'm sitting in my room here. It's dark. There's only a little lamp on. It's like the interrogation scene in The Dark Knight, where Batman slams the Joker's head off the desk. It's a little bit like that. That's how I like to record. I like an ominous sort of vibe to be set. It gets me in a dark mind set, you know. It's also the day after Halloween. There's still fireworks going off. Or I don't know if you can hear that. Or else it's gunshots. I do live in a rough area. Yeah, that could be gunshots. R.I.P. R.I.P. Tyrone. But or William or Paul. Could be anyone. Or Greg or Muhammad. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't want that to just be a race based joke about one particular race. But yeah, it's good to be here. Yeah, it's the day after Halloween. I went trick or treating last night by myself. I dressed up as the Virgin Mary. Got my hymen sewn back together just for that. I went all in. If anyone wants their hymens restored, hit me up. I'll put you in. I know a guy. Yeah, it went as the Virgin Mary, and boy did I clean up. I got a lot of. I'm currently sitting on top of a pile of Mars bars and curly whirlies. Yeah, no, Halloween. It's not what it used to be. I remember being a kid and Halloween was a big thing. You'd go around, you'd dress up, you'd get, molested, No. No, I don't know. Yeah, it used to be a thing, man. Used to dress up and fucking go get sweets. Maybe that's, the Irish invented Halloween. So you're welcome if you like Halloween. Samhain, I think it's called. I don't fucking know. Who cares? But I think maybe the idea now, I'm completely making this up now off the top of my head, but maybe someone had the idea for Halloween. They're like, all right, this would be a good time. How about we make this a day or a night or an occasion. All the kids go around and they collect candy. And then people are like, well, what about pedophiles? And they're like, oh, that's a good point, actually. We'll make them dress up in scary outfits to kind of scare away the pedophiles. And they were like, that's how Halloween was invented. There you go. You can that's going to come in handy now at the next pub quiz. But yeah, no, that's a load of nonsense what I just said there. But it's good to be here. I had an interesting week. I got a gig tonight. It's not until 11 p.m. So yeah, could be a bit wild. Or 11:25. 11:25. Time of recording 6 p.m. I wanted to just take it easy tonight. I was going to go to the cinema. I was going to watch fucking Bugonia or Frankenstein. Frankenstein, it's kind of like a Jewish name. Is Frankenstein Jewish? Who knows? I'm not going to talk about the Jews anymore, to be honest with you. No more Israel talk, alright? I had a thing with a friend or a former friend during the week. I don't know what the situation is. You may have heard me talk about it on the pod. Um, at some point, that I had some Jewish friends who were not happy with the jokes I have made on Instagram or social media. Uh, Sorry, one second here. Um, that I'd made on social media about Israel and the Jews, and he was not happy, and he'd hit me up before, being like, "Oh, you can't be joking about Israel, poor old Israel. You can't be joking about them." And I was like, "Ah, fuck off. It's just jokes. I'm still friends with you, haven't I?" Anyway, yeah. A few weeks passed. Then I posted another joke about Charlie Kirk uh, getting shot or whatever. And then I went to send him like a meme on Instagram, and he was like, and then I saw that he blocked me, and I was like, oh boy, that's not good. So I messaged him on Facebook Messenger, being like, hey, did you block me? And then I just got a screenshot of the Charlie Kirk reel that I posted. Basically, it was a joke about Israel killing Charlie Kirk. And I just got sent a screenshot of that by him. And then he said, I don't need friends like this. And I was like, I was clutching my pearls. Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck. Well, that's just confirmed it. I knew he was pissed off at me, but like, fucking, I didn't know he was going to be such a fucking bitch about it. Don't worry, I said all this to him. I'm not just being brave over the podcast. Over the airwaves. But yeah, and then I kind of just lost it at him, you know. I kind of fucking really got angry, called him a fucking hypocrite, you know, because this is coming from a guy who, you know, would drop the N word like it was no one's. He dropped the N word like Israel would drop fucking bombs. You know what I mean? And he would, like, in my presence, he would like fucking say faggot, call me a faggot. He'd say stuff about like how he genuinely believed that you weren't born gay, that something has to happen to you to become gay, which is just fucking like, you know. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take my hoodie off. I don't know if it's the menopause or. Oh, okay, yeah, we're back, and we're back, baby. Sorry, this is a fucking mess. So yeah, he'd call me a fag. He'd say all that shit about gay people, and you know, I just let it slide. I was like, yeah, we're friends. It's jokes, whatever. And we joke about everything and everyone, and there was an understanding there that you could just joke about anything. You know what I mean? It's just jokes at the end of the day. There's no hatred in our hearts. But now, all of a sudden, we can't joke about his thing. Can't joke about Israel. And his response to that was that it's spreading anti-Semitism, you know? And I'm kind of fucking sick of hearing that from people, you know, about jokes. Like he said to me, well, this is, you know, spreading hatred about Jews and anti-Semitism, and you're responsible for what's happening to Jews across the world now as a result. And that really that grinded my gears, let me tell you. Yeah, that pissed me off. Yeah, to accuse me of doing that. Because he was like, you know, I've had death threats and I've had to cancel shows and I have this and that, and I said I'm sorry I'm sorry that happened to you. I shouldn't have sent that death threat. But no, that's a joke. That's a fucking joke. I said, listen, I'm sorry that's happening to you. I love you very much, and I'm sorry that you're getting death threats, but they ain't because of my fucking jokes. And yeah, we went back and forth, and I was just like, what about all the times you... And he was like, yeah, well, these jokes aren't based in truth. These jokes are, you know, they're not rooted in truth, so when you tell them, they're kind of spreading misinformation. And I was like, dude, the amount of times we've joked about you've listened to this fucking podcast. All black people stealing, all black people steal, all Asian people eat dogs, all Muslims are terrorists, all this sort of stuff. There's no truth in that stuff, but yet we still make jokes about it. And I guess if you wanted to use that argument that we're spreading misinformation, it was like, well then, yeah, I guess we're spreading misinformation that Chinese people eat dogs. And I'm like, why all of a sudden is it a problem that I'm doing it about Israel? Like what is this? I got upset, man. I got upset. Very close to this guy. Very, very close to him. I love him. I still love him. I think once the dust settles, both literally and metaphorically, he'll see the error in his ways and he'll realise that he shouldn't be angry at friends for making jokes. He should be angry at, I don't know, genuine anti-Semites, I don't know, get angry at fucking Nick Fuentes or something. I don't know, people that genuinely hate Jews and not just people making jokes. But anyway, that happened during the week. I was very upset. I think it kind of sparked I had a bit of a meltdown there I can't remember what day it was. I had a fucking proper, like, autistic meltdown. I don't know what night it was. It was a Monday or something. I just proper started stimming, if that's the right term. I just started punching shit, like punching my desk, and do you ever do this thing where you lay down and you just scream into a pillow, as if you're kind of getting like raped by a ghost? It's kind of like what I got, my go-to thing, and it works. You got to get all that bad sort of juju out of you. Poor choice of words, but you get that bad energy. You just scream into the pillow. You take your face off the pillow. The pillow looks like fucking my face on a Saturday night. But from all the it's a cum joke, whatever. It's good. It gets all the fucking. It's therapeutic. It's cathartic. Did that, cried a bunch, and then I was fine. That's so unhealthy. That's as if, like, for me to think that that's normal. Like, yeah, and then I was fine. Who needs a psychiatric intervention when you can just have a full blown meltdown, and just freak out, spaz out? That'll do me for 2 weeks. Yeah, but that was the start of the week. Tuesday was bad, man. Tuesday was bad. I was like a demon. Supposed to be shooting sketches with the boys, and I just wanted to I wanted to be alone in a cave. It was brutal. And then, what day was it? It was a Thursday. I did this massive comedy competition, where the prize is like 10 grand, and it's open to like professional comedians and fucking newcomers. And I'd done it 3 times in a row. The first time I did it, it was outside of London, not too far outside London, but outside of London nonetheless. And I was, this was in 2022. I'd first moved here. I was only 3 years into stand up, and I was totally out of my depth. Like, I was on with like fucking like massive comedians. Like, didn't stand a chance. Second year I did it, I went to again, it was outside of London. It was the heat was in a it was like a army barracks thing with like poppies all over the place, and like stuff about veterans and everything. And so I did not go down there. I did not go down well there. A gay Irish dude, very conservative, old white crowd. They did not like me. It was brutal. Then the third year I did it, I went on last. The show. There was like 9 acts doing 10 minutes, 2 breaks. The show was about 10 hours long. I went on last. Someone's phone went off at the start of my set. Like, an alarm went off at like 10 p.m. It's like, what are you setting an alarm for at fucking 10 p.m.? Like, what were you expecting to be fucking, in case someone roofied you on your night out, just in case to fucking wake you up? I don't fucking know. But yeah, it was brutal. So this year, I kind of went in with the mindset of like, not gonna go through. Probably. Uh, might as well just have fun. Because all the other years I'd went in with the mindset of like, you're gonna win this thing. No one can deny you. You're gonna go through, and then just like was heartbroken that I didn't go through. So this time I was like, alright, I'm just gonna fucking have fun. If there was 15 people in the audience, so I think maybe this competition ain't what it used to be. The past few years I did it, there was like, I don't know, like 70, 80 people in the audience. 15 in the audience. On Thursday, it was fucking brutal. Everyone was dying, absolutely everyone. I went on, got a couple of laughs at the start, and then I did this joke about me being in the KKK, and I was like, oh, I fucked it. There we go. Not going through this time. And then I just performed into pretty much complete silence, apart from one guy in the front that was laughing. And then I got off and I was like, right, well, another one bites the dust. Not going through this year either. I sat down in the back with a buddy of mine, and I said, I'm gonna fucking leave. This is brutal. And I said, text me who goes through when you find out. And then like an hour later, I'm on the way home, and I get a text saying I got through with some other guy. And I thought my mate was winding me up. I was like, fuck off. And you're joking. And he was like, no, you went through. And I thought he was fucking with me, so I had to text the guy who was MCing to see if he was lying. But he was telling the truth. Old Chief is in the semi-final of this big competition. It's on next Thursday, but I'm on with like fucking some veterans of the game. So it's gonna be really fucking tough. If I got to the final, that's enough for me. Man, the prize is 10 grand. The things I could do at 10 grand. The things I could finally get my transition surgery and live my truth as a fucking jellyfish. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to think too far ahead. But yeah, I'll let yous know how that goes on Thursday. But I haven't had a chance to talk about this on the pod, funnily enough. And this is big news. This is big news. I got lucky the other night, or not the other night. Well, it's kind of old news now at this stage, but would have been last week. I was or 2 weeks ago. Who knows? My dear old friend, the young black man. God, I hope he doesn't listen to this. Who lives near me, popped over to say hello. It was late, maybe like 12:30, way past my bedtime. And it's so obviously a booty call. It's so like 12:30. You know, he's hardly coming over to play Scrabble. Like, do you know what I mean? So he comes over, and you're fucking hoovering the house. You're trimming your toenails, your whatever. And he comes over anyway. I'm sitting on my bed. He's sitting on the couch where we shoot the podcast, which is gross. George has been on that couch. And I swear to God, I think we're both so awkward, not socially awkward, but we're both so unable to like make the first move that we sat there and we chatted about Israel and Palestine for about 2 hours. I swear to God, not just Israel and Palestine. We talked about some other shit, but like we just sat there and the whole time I've just got a raging boner. I presume he does. And he's probably sitting there thinking, did I just come over here just to fucking chat shit, talk about this guy's career? I'm like, yeah, I posted a reel yesterday. He only got 10 views. Or whatever. And because I'm fucked, lads, just sexually. I had this memory the other day, right, of being in therapy when I was 21. And the therapist this was hilarious. I was telling her like all the shit that I struggle with sexually, fucking, you know, the shame, the guilt, the intimacy issues, the hypersexuality, all this sort of stuff, constant sexual thoughts. I just wish, I'm jealous of, I think I've said this before, I just wish I was a little old woman who just had no, whose mind wasn't polluted by sexual thoughts. All she thought about was, you know, knitting and her grandkids in a non-sexual way, you know, making tea, EastEnders, all these sorts of things. But anyway, I remember telling this social worker or psychiatrist or whatever this sort of stuff, and she just goes, "Do you think maybe, you got as a child you got molested?" And I was like, "Well, now I do. Why the fuck would you say that to me? Why would you put that in my fucking mind, you crazy bitch? I mean, Christ above." Do you know what I mean? Like, because the rest of the time, you know, and then she just, the kind of the session ended, and it was kind of like, yeah, well, there's your homework. You know, go and fucking figure out if you got molested. So then the whole time you're just fucking for the next week. Then I was just trying to like, I was there racking my brain. Like, I was like, fuck. I'm trying to think of like any time I was left alone with like a coach or a teacher or a billionaire or something. Do you know what I mean? Anytime I was left alone on an island, you know, and I couldn't think of anything. And you're like asking around, you're like, did you molest me? You know what I mean? You're just asking people in your life. No, that's a joke. But yeah, but yeah, and then I racked my brain, couldn't think of anything. I don't think I did. Who knows? Maybe I'm just waiting on that sweet flashback. God, that's fucking grim. I hope it never comes. I'm pretty sure I did not get molested. If I did, it would explain a lot of shit. But I'm happy repressing that fucking memory if it did happen. As if, and why would I even like want to? Like, she's like, well, you'll go and try and figure that out. And I was like, why would I want to? I'm doing all right. No, I've got enough shit without that fucking, you know, being added to the pile, you know. But anyway, how did we get onto this? Oh yeah, me and this lad. So we're sitting there chatting, and and then finally we're just showing each other memes on our phones. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, make of that what you will. Just like, oh, have you seen this one? It's Donald Trump. It's an AI video of Donald Trump in an address. And we're just showing each other. And then at one point, we're sitting side by side in the bed, and I just went, "Yeah, I'm terrible at this shit. Like, do you want to like fuck or whatever?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I mean, fuck, as the Pope Catholic, I've been waiting all night for you to ask." So anyway, we get stuck into it. We're flailing around. We're fucking doing somersaults. We're you know, slapping each other, spitting in each other's eyeballs, all the usual. And yeah, we're doing all the usual stuff. And then the last time I hooked up with him, we didn't do. I was a bit quick to, you know, try and initiate the sex because we were there, fucking doing all the other bits and bobs, and then we'd done everything else except sex. So I was like, all right, the next logical step is penetration. Say it with me, kids. And so I was like, we were in the throes of and I said, oh, I'll go get lube and a condom. And he was like, yeah, I don't really want to have sex tonight. And I said, oh yeah, well, that's fine. So we didn't have sex. So then this night, or the most recent night, we're fucking flailing around doing whatever. And can you hear those fucking, I feel like I'm in Gaza right now. Can you hear those fucking shots? Fuck. Anyway, yeah, we're flailing around or whatever. And then we're in missionary, right? And, you know, my cock's kind of, turn this off if you don't want a graphic description of gay sex. Dad, turn it off if you're listening. But, you know, the cock's kind of, it's kind of bouncing off the asshole. It's kind of, because you're just rubbing around. It's kind of knocking at the door, any room at the inn type stuff. And he's pulling me into him, and it's sliding around and everything. It's not going. Jesus Christ. Anyway, um, and then I say to him, I was like, "Oh, do you want me to fuck you? Because I'm all about consent. If it's not I heard someone say this once. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no." So anyway, we're there, and I said, "Do you want me to fuck you?" And he just kind of had this smile on his face, as if to be like, "Ooh, what do you think?" type thing. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's not enough. I need verbal confirmation. I need a yes. I need you to sign this contract. I need to fucking have video evidence of you saying." So anyway, he's just kind of grinning at me, and I'm like, "Well, I'm not. That's not consent to me." So you could argue, "Oh, there's sort of non-verbal consent, all this sort of stuff." Jesus Christ, fuck. Um, Sorry, I don't know if that's as loud for you as it is for me, but there is gang violence happening out on my street. Um, but yes, he's pulling me into him, and then I go, "All right, well that's not enough for me." And then we're going again, and I'm like, it really seems like I think he wanted me to just go for it, but I'm like, I'm not. It's like the Louis bit. Louis has a great bit about this. He's like, fucking, I'm not like going ahead without consent on the off chance that's, you know what I mean? And he's like, I don't want to accidentally rape you. You know what I mean? Like, you fling it in and you're like, "Oh, but you had this look on your face." So I was like, I'm waiting until there's a fucking big green light. So I said again, it's like, "Do you want me to fuck you?" And then he says, "Are you on PrEP?" Which is the pre something exposure something. It's stops you from transmitting AIDS or getting AIDS. And I said, "No, I'm not on PrEP, but I do have AIDS." No, I didn't say that, but I said, "No, I'm not on PrEP." And he was kind of like, "Oh, because PrEP means that you can go in raw." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, boys, you can go in raw. And so yeah, and then I said, "Well, I don't know, but I have like condoms." And he said, "Oh yeah, that'll do." So up I get with a fucking, a bit of pep in my step. I'm buzzing. I go over to the drawer and I get a Johnny out. Fucking on you go. And then we try to assume we try missionary, and lads, it's not working. The minute my cock went anywhere near his asshole, it's like the Iron Dome. The cock would enter. It was like within a 3-inch radius. You get there and it just go soft, and I couldn't fucking keep it up, keep it hard, whatever, and it was like trying to fucking get, I don't know what's a good analogy for this now. It's like trying to get a wet fish into a fucking, I don't know, a child's sock. Brutal analogy. One of the worst analogies in the history of analogies right there. I'll think of something better and then I'll edit it in post. But anyway, I don't know if you heard that bomb in the background. That was, yep, there we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Anyway, I'm trying to record a fucking podcast here, you cunts. I mean, like, could you not have used all your fireworks last night? Or saved them for fucking New Year's? That sounds like it's coming from my... Is that Hamish doing that? Anyway, no, I don't know. I'm just going to have to carry on. I apologise. These fucking rambunctious youths are outside shooting fireworks. I fucking hate fireworks. Really, if you're over the age of fucking 15 and you get enjoyment out of fireworks, you should fucking kill yourself. You should fucking kill yourself. Oh, you light it and it goes psst, and goes up in the sky and there's fucking sparks and stuff. You fucking spastics. Really, like, just fucking kill yourselves. You fucking cunts. Anyway, side note, when I was a kid, me and my buddy, little Andy, his mom didn't give a fuck. She let us drink when we were in our early teens. It was amazing. Great woman. But, she used to bring me and him up to the north of Ireland to get fireworks. Um, and we would go up and then get the fireworks that you couldn't get in the Republic. Obviously, you get bangers, black cats, fucking repeaters, all this sort of stuff. Um, and and then we'd come back down, and then we'd have them for ourselves, or else we'd sell them in school. And I remember one year, in secondary school, word got around that me and him were going up north to get fireworks. So I had like a shopping list for other people. Other people gave me money, and fucking, other people gave me money, and I had like a list of like what the fireworks everyone wanted, because I was going up. So then I said to my mom, I said, I'm gonna crash in Little Andy's house tonight. She's like, all right. And then I'd asked previously, I was like, oh, can I? They're going up the north the next day to get fireworks. Do you mind if I go up with them? She's like, you're not going up the north to get fireworks, because there's a bit of a history there. Like, I think one time, Little Andy's mom brought us to Toys for Big Boys, which is like a convention out in the RDS in South Dublin, and I bought like a fucking airsoft rifle that was like a fucking SMG, fucking like an Uzi type thing, like high powered airsoft rifle. I think I was like 12. Me and Little Andy were walking around the convention centre like fucking mass shooters. Adults looking at us like, who the fuck saw those kids' airsoft rifles that could blind someone? Anyway, I came home with a fucking airsoft rifle, and my mom was like, are you fucking high right now? Give me that fucking gun. And then she used it to like shoot gypsies from the ceiling or from the roof when they came to get money. No, that's a joke. But I always have to throw in that's a joke at the end of things in case, I don't know, someone fucking gets in trouble. Anyway, can you fucking hear that? Sorry, you probably want me to ignore the noises in the background. You probably even can't hear it. Now it just sounds like someone's dragging a fucking Christmas tree in a net down the street, but it's like sparklers or whatever. Fuck's sake. Anyway, I apologize for this noise. But anyway, I get this fucking airsoft rifle. My mom, she didn't throw it out for some reason. She hid it like in her closet or something. And then I found it, and I think I shot my brother in the eye with it once and nearly blinded him. But I swear to God, fuck. I actually would hope that's a mass shooting. So anyway, fuck's sake. Sorry, this is a mess now. I apologize. I'm trying to think if it's worth continuing to record with this fucking shit going on in the background. But anyway, what was I saying? It's funny that I'm talking about fireworks while there's fireworks going off in the background. Do I keep this in? Let's keep it in. Anyway, so my mom said to Little Annie's mom, when we're going up the north, don't let him, she's like, you can go up the north, but don't let him get fireworks. And his mom was like, yeah, of course. Stayed in his house. I think in the middle of the night, me and Little Andy, like 4 or 5 a.m., we snuck out of his place, went up to my house, which is up the street. I managed to get into the house without my mom knowing. I managed to get the money and the shopping list with everyone's fireworks, what everyone wanted. Snuck back out of the house. I cannot remember why I didn't have them on me in the first place. But anyways, we go up the north the next day. We get all this shit. We fucking come back through the border like fucking like pirates. And we come back down anyway. He keeps the fireworks that I've bought. I get home. Now, what I didn't know was that my mom had found... She can be smart when she wants to be. She can be fucking coy and smart when she wants to be. She had found the list with all the money hidden in my room. She knew exactly what it was, but she left it there. She let me go up the north, get all the fireworks, come back down. And then when I came home the next day, she said, oh, how was up the north? I said it was fine. And she said, "Did you get any fireworks?" And I said, "I did not. His mom wouldn't let me." And then she said, "Well, that's funny because I found a shopping list in your room with about 400 quid, and it's gone now. So, what do you say?" And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna need to speak to my lawyer." Um, and then she called Little Annie's mum, and Little Annie's mum just spilled the beans. She could have just said, "No, didn't let him buy fireworks," but she just fessed up straight away. She was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I let that little bastard get fireworks. Yeah, sayonara." So there was no love lost between his mum, and my mum, to say the least. Yeah, God, I was such a little bollocks when I was. How did we even get onto this? Oh, no, anyway, back to shagging the lad. So yeah, I can't get my cock in his ass. What a segue. I can't get my fucking cock. It just keeps sliding off, sliding in. Anytime it goes in, it gets soft. Also, I just realized, okay, my dick's too fucking small. It's like a roll-on deodorant stick. Like that's kind of what I'm dealing with, right? And it won't. The angle. It's too small. His ass is too big. I don't fucking know. I just couldn't get it in. We tried every fucking angle under the sun, except for what I don't know. What was it called? Cowgirl, cowboy, because it's gays. Except him sitting on me and him doing the work. I don't know if you remember this on previous episodes. This guy had told me he was a pillow princess. I said, "I think what would help is if you get on top of me and you kind of, you know what I mean, you ride me or whatever." And he says, "You want me to, oh, you want me to fuck you basically?" And I was like, "Yeah, would it kill you? Do you want me to fuck you or not? Like, do you want this chode inside you or not?" Um, and he brushed. He was like, "Yeah, no, we're not. I'm not doing that." I said, "You lazy sod, you." I said, "If there was work in the bed, you'd sleep on the floor. You wouldn't work to warm yourself." Um, so yeah, he wouldn't get on top. So it became apparent then that this penetration was not happening. Um, and I feel like without the condom, I could have pulled it off. I could have, because with the condom, then you just, I don't know. Yeah, it's just the condom's fucking slippy, and it was the thing was coming off. It like cock looked like it was in the KKK, like just this little white hood on it. And um, so anyway, yeah, I just said, "Fuck this." Okay, the sex is not fucking. I think I got in. I was trying to thumb it in at one point. I'm sorry, this is very graphic. I was trying to thumb it in, and and I just fucking, and he was like, "Yeah, to the left, pivot, pivot, pivot," trying to get it in, wouldn't go in, and then he'd be like, I go, "What, to the right," and then he'd go, "Oh, you're in there for a second." I said, "Well, I didn't feel like I was in at all for any period of time there." So it was just a mess. Um, I lay down anyway. I just took off the condom, threw it out the window, um, onto a trick or treater's face, um, and that's what I'm gonna do next Halloween. I'm gonna give out condoms to the children. Just like it's never too soon to practice safe sex, children. But anyway, so we're just laying there and we're just fucking whatever, doing all the other bits. Um, and anyway, we'd already established the first time we hooked up that he watches too much porn. I fucking watch too much porn. We've fucked ourselves with, like, because when it comes to sex, then the sex is just we've fried our brains with porn basically. Because I I can't come unless I'm jerking myself off. He's the same, because your body has just made this connection to, like, orgasming and the feeling of your hand. So then when you go and try and do it with someone else, your body's like, "Whoa, who the fuck is this? Fucking no, get your hand back in here," you know. And I remember a teacher telling us that in school when I was a teenager. We were doing sex ed, and she told us, like, "Yeah, if you jerk off too much, you watch too much porn, you're not gonna be able to have sex." And we were like, "Ah, what do you know, lady? You old lady." I'm pretty sure it was like a Catholic fucking organization as well. So what do you know, you nun? Um, and then here we are, fast forward 15 years later, laying in bed, cannot come at the hands of another man as God intended. So this all led to a very sad climax. Because and this guy's he's 22. All right, I'll put it out there. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. 22, 23. I don't fucking know. Who cares? Whatever. Judge me all you want. Throw rotten fruit at me on the streets. I don't care. I think it's like half your age plus 7. So fucking whatever. What am I? 31. 32 and 32 and hang on. 32 in January. 32 minus half your age. Half of 32 is oh boy. Half of 32 is 16. Plus 7 is 23. So we're there. I don't know who came up with that equation, if it was Einstein or whatever. But anyway, he's telling me like, oh yeah, I jerk off 7 times a day. And I said, well, that's impressive and worrying. No wonder you're fucked. But anyway, so we're laying there and we're just jerking off. We're jerking ourselves off, laying side by side. Just the saddest thing. Like, if God's watching this right now, he's like, yeah, this is what I meant when I said thou shalt not lay with another man. Like, this is not natural, you know? I'd rather you fucked him in the ass, to be honest with you. You're going to hell for this. If you'd managed to penetrate him, I would have given you a pass. But this, jerking off beside each other, what is this? It was tragic. And then he came. And then I came. But I came, but it fucking, I had to put my back into it. Do you know what I mean? I was, yeah, it was brutal. I managed to come. And then this fucker beside me came a second time. I came and he said, oh, I've got another in the chamber. And he comes. Madness, Ted. So then we're just chilling there. Just bed sheets ruined. And we chill for a bit. And then at that point you're like, there's this thing that they say about hookers, that you're not paying them for sex, you're paying them to leave. And yeah, that's true. Because once you come, you're like, all right, yep, I just want to listen to Tucker Carlson now. So we're lying there anyway, and at this point it's about 4 a.m, you know. And he's like, well, you know, I'm gonna go. And I was like, yeah, no, please stay forever and ever. So he leaves anyway. Off into the night he goes, and I'm left laying there, and I'm like, well, now I have to wash my bed sheets. So I wash my bed sheets, and lay awake then for the rest of them. How do you go to sleep after that at 4 a.m? I think I forgot to take my meds and everything. So yeah, that was that. I texted him the other night, booty call again, midnight, was feeling alone, was feeling horny. I said, do you feel like coming over and jerking off? Oh God, what is my life? This is fucking tragic. This is tragic. Can you even call that a hookup? I don't even know. But apart from that, I'm what am I doing? I'm doing a solo show on December 18th. It's been moved to December 18th, which is good. It was supposed to be next Thursday, November 6th, or this Thursday coming, but they moved it because something happened. And it's good that they moved it because I sold 0 tickets. But it works out because I've got the semi-final of that thing. Anyway, 18th of December at the Bill Murray in London. Get tickets on my Instagram. Yeah, just before Christmas. Yeah, get tickets. Maybe I'll do the show dressed as Santa Claus. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Hearing Israel jokes from a guy in a dress up as Santa Claus. Now that'll be funny. That'll be good stuff. Is there anything else I wanted to chat to you about before I go? They stripped Prince Andrew of his titles. That's funny. I don't know. God, that'd be funny if he ended up moving in here. Oh, that would be great. Um, that would be so funny. God, that'd be great for the pod. That'd be great for the pod. In fairness, though, he's probably. I was trying to find out like how much money he makes. Apparently, he has his pension from the army. I think of 20K. I think, and then he's gonna get like a six-figure stipend. I don't know what does that mean. A six-figure. Um, I don't know what stipend means. I just saw it. I just read that. Is it like kind of like a pension as well from? He gets money from the king, basically. Six figures, I think, and 20K a year from his army pension. Um, but then he's just gonna move. He's moving from the royal residence to some fucking house. I don't know where. Um, what a weird life he's gonna live now. Like really, like what? Do his kids still talk to him? I don't even know. Is his wife still with him? What does he do all day? Does he have any mates? Very bizarre. Like, does he just? I don't fucking know. Is he fucking? Does he just shoot rabbits and play golf? I don't know, man. Either way, that's minus the fucking child fuckery. That's a fucking good life, man. Just living in a. Well, I don't know what kind of a gaff he's living in now. But I mean, yeah, like your family you don't talk to anymore, your kids, everyone in the country thinks you're a fucking nonce. You can't really kill yourself because that brings more shame onto the royal family. So you're really just fucked. You have to feel bad for the guy. That's no, fuck's sake, fuck's sake. What else am I looking at? Mamdani took me three times, oh fuck your mother. Took me 3 attempts to say that guy's name. Zoran Mamdani, running for mayor of New York. Man, if anyone knows if it's possible to fly to New York, fly to America without a visa and gain citizenship in 3 days, so I can vote for him, let me know. And now, don't get me wrong, I know nothing about this guy's policies. I just like his vibe. I found his TikTok, his Instagram. He shoots some cool videos. He's going around, he's dancing with old women, he's eating slices of pizza, he's high-fiving black guys on the street. And I was like, yeah, he seems cool. Fucking, you don't see Cuomo doing that. Cuomo's all busy fucking raping people, you know. But, and he's Mamdani is like pro working from home. So like, that's, if I had a normal job, Lord knows I'd be fucking working from home. So that's the only policy of his that I know of. And there's police sirens right now. So I hope one of those kids who was shooting fireworks just blew his fucking hand off, or blew both of his hands off, and now he needs to be spoon fed by his mother for the rest of his life. That sounds harsh, but I don't fucking care. But anyway, this Mamdani character, I'd vote for him just off of vibes. That's how impressionable I am. Catherine Connolly, the lady who just won the Irish presidency, I couldn't vote for her because I'm fucking living over here. But if I was at home, I would have voted for her. And I would have voted for her just because of that video that went viral of her schooling those kids in basketball. I was like, yeah, she's got my vote. She seems cool. She can play ball. Take my vote, lady. People are like, well, Rob, she's actually a Nazi and she wants to kill. Yeah, I don't care. She can play basketball. That's she appeals to my ape brain. So now she's the president. And fair play to her. She seems presidential. She seems, it's funny hearing, won't mention names, but family members, be like, did you vote for Catherine Connolly? No, I voted for Heather Humphreys. Why? Oh, well, because this and that. The country's in bad shape. And it's like, yeah, well, that was Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil who got us here. And you want to vote for another one of them? It's just fucking, it's like, why don't you give someone else a fucking chance, even if it means they're worried about her associations with Sinn Féin, because they just, older generation, they think Sinn Féin, they think, fucking IRA. Fucking, I was not a member of the IRA, blowing up cars and buildings or whatever. So they'll never vote for anyone that's affiliated with Sinn Féin. Sinn Féin in the membrane. Sinn Féin in the brain. Um, so yeah, she voted for Heather Humphreys, but Kathleen Connolly won by a landslide. Um, and there's a couple of other candidates. Jim Gavin guy, he bailed. There was a real conservative woman, what was her name again? I can't remember. Someone made a good point that, maybe it was a case of pick your poison. I don't know. Kathleen Connolly seems presidential. She's progressive. People would say she's maybe too progressive. I'd rather go on that side. I'd rather err on the side of, being too progressive than too conservative. You know what I mean? Because, otherwise it's a step backwards. You know what I mean? To vote for, what's her name? Tits. No, her name's not Tits. It's, Maria Stein, is it? But yeah, she was like anti-gay marriage, anti-all this, anti-abortion, anti-wherever, and you're like, yeah, well, that would have been a step backwards for the country. Anyway, I've been rambling for too long. I hope this solo episode has sufficed. It'll be back to normal next week. That if people don't bail again next week for the pod. And yeah, that's it. I hope you have a good week. And Santi's coming. 8 more sleeps. 8 more sleeps. What did I was about to say 8 more sleeps till Christmas. It's not 8 more sleeps, Rob. How many sleeps is it? Anyway, it's 2 months to Christmas. That's fucking exciting, isn't it? We can kiss your uncle under the mistletoe. Anyway, I gotta go. My brain's mush. I'm tired. I'm just talking nonsense. Alright. I love you. Goodbye. Oh, Patreon. Yeah. Subscribe to the Patreon, please. For the love of baby Jesus. $3.50 a month. That's the price of a hooker in Taiwan. Extra episodes. There's some others. There's like 138 episodes on there now. Old episodes of Big Mike and the Chief. It's all on there, baby. And when we get momentum going, we're going to be able to do cooler stuff. And yeah, just whatever. You know the deal. I hate asking people for money. But yeah. Alright, I love you. Bye-bye.